Hello, this is PM1C module. I'm Dr. Hisham Al-Ubaidi. I'm the module convener. I'll give you an introduction to the module, what are the aspects of the module, and you could see here my email address, and this is also my office in case you would like to have a chat in person. Okay, so the module, in terms just being the module convener, just to explain, give you a background by myself. I'm a lecturer in pharmacy, pharmaceutical sciences, and I'm also a pharmacist by training, and also I do work weekends in the London Ambulance Service. I also do research in the pharmaceutical area. Okay, so the aims of this introduction is to provide you an overview of PM1C, which is introduction to professionalism and practice. And then also to give you an introduction to the pharmacy practice team. Okay, so the pharmacy practice team, we got the Dean of Teaching and Learning, we got Dan Grant, we got Nilesh Pital, M-Pharm Program Director. Also got Catherine Langran, and she's a CFP Director of Teaching and Learning. Rav Savania, Pharmacy Director of Teaching and Learning. We also got Dr. Amelia Hollywood, Professor Paras Tudonia, Rosemary, Dr. Rosemary Lim, also part of the pharmacy practice team. We will have clinical lecturers. Those are some of them, and you may see more of clinical lecturers because that depends on their commitments in their professional part of their career. But these are some names. You'll see them in the autumn term. So Gurinder, Vicky, Pooja, Sausan, Lee, Retina, French. So those are probably the most common ones. The most common spaces you're going to see in the autumn term. Just to give you some idea, just sort of how the module runs in terms of the communication. So if you want to just follow up with any announcements, any updates, then always the Blackboard is the principal means by which we communicate with you. We will email you to your Reading address, and I stress it needs to be your student email address. And then we will also make announcement on the Blackboard. We will usually respond to the Reading email address. So this means it's your responsibility to check Blackboard and your email on daily basis. So I will go through the Blackboard, but then you will be able to see the weekly plans, so learning plans every week. You'll have sort of a plan or a schedule of things going to happen during that week. So I strongly advise you just to go through the weekly plan just to check. All the lectures will be available, and then the additional course materials along with the external links. Hard copies of all Blackboard will be also available to students in some cases. Just to give you an idea about the Blackboard, when you go into the module, the first thing you're going to see is the top on the left side on the pane. You got the announcements, and that's the area where you need to check or just to make sure if there are anything new is happening. And then when you look into the module information, that will give you the area where you'll find the module summary, module description, and the timetable. You already have the timetable on your phone or your computer, but that's just a summary, just in case you want to see an easy view of the timetable. Just to stress that sometimes just because of things happening last minute, maybe staff or room changes, so I will always check I strongly recommend that you check your timetable on your phone or on the computer. So the timetable here may not be up to date. So, but then it will give you an idea of what do you expect, what topics are covered within the term. So we've covered the weekly learning plan. So under study materials, you see the weekly learning plans. You'll also see them within the lectures folder, but these in case you want to see and check what is happening during that week. You will have the folder for practicals and lectures, and likewise the same as the lectures, practicals and workshops, and the same as lectures. That will also contain the material for the practicals and workshops, and often you need to go through them just before the that particular session. So always keep an eye on the announcement just to make sure you're up to date with that. There is directed learning, and then that's going to include some information that we're going to send to you. So in case if there is a specific piece of information we want you to learn, then that will be under this folder. Resources, likewise, this is going to contain some references, some supporting files or documents that's going to help you during your learning process. And then you got a reading list that will contain general references that will help you just to see, for example, some textbooks which are relevant to this module. And then you've got the useful links. So you could see here like things like Medicine Complete, GPHC website, the Royal Pharmaceutical Society. These, as of now, you will be very familiar with those resources. So I would also it will be really useful for you just to go through them, just to familiarize yourself with them. In terms of the timetable, you will see this under the module information, but this is just to give you an idea of how does it look like. This is the general format. We follow the week number, so you got 5, 6, 7. This is the week number, and that's the date. So this is just the general format we follow. So 5 is the first week of teaching, which is 28th of September. And then you'll see that this is the introduction to PM1C, which is this session. And then you will see the other sessions, the MDT, and then you'll see the name of the lecturer next to the session. As I mentioned, there might be some changes in the staff, so I would probably update this during the term, but usually we try to get this as early as possible, so minimum changes. And that goes all the way down. You remember, you'll have the placement week where you have the opportunity to do the community pharmacy and hospital placements. And then there was the interprofessional learning as well within that week. Likewise, in the spring term, we follow similar format. This is the week number, this is the date, and these are the sessions. Of course, these are the lectures, and these are the workshops underneath here. Okay. Right, so just to explain here, this is an integrated course. Pharmacy MPharm course is an integrated one. So often what we cover in PM1C is also expected in PM1B and vice versa. So you may have been taught things in PM1B, introduction to prescription, dispensing, labeling. You got dispensing workshops, integrated practical assessments, and then PM1C, professionalism, multidisciplinary team, pharmacy law, consultation skills, responding to symptoms. So the idea is we want to integrate things together, and you should expect that you'll be able to answer questions whether they are in PM1B or PM1C. In terms of the examination, end of year exam, the length of the exam is 3 hours. exam is one final exam. The expectation for a pass is to achieve at least 40% in the final examination. This is the format of the exam. So you got section A, the first section, which is 20 questions, multiple choice questions, and there will be 1 mark per each question. So 20 marks in total. Section B is a short answer question. It's a set of short answer questions, and you will get usually a range between 5 to 10 marks per question. But the idea is we get a total of 60 marks in total. And finally, we will have section C, which is a long answer question, and that worth 20 marks. And then that means we're going to have the 100. But remember, the pass mark is 40%. Okay, in case you have any questions, please feel free to email me your questions. You've seen my email address on the front page, or also if you go to the module information and check for my email address and contact details. But in the meantime, what I'm also going to do in the timetable, there is a format for posting questions. The benefit of that if you got an answer, if you got a question, then it's likely that someone else got the same question. So it works as a pool. Everyone can post their questions. But that also, I'm more than happy also to answer individual questions. If you have any, please email me. I will post some announcements just to make sure there are some drop-in sessions to make sure you are on the right track. So the next session will be about the role of the pharmacist, which is going to be covered in the next session. Thank you.